Imagine this. You're surrounded by incredibly smart people. High IQs, impressive degrees, top schools. On paper, everyone looks equally brilliant. But then something happens. Over time, a few of them rise. They become leaders, innovators, deeply respected. The rest? They stay stuck, overwhelmed, overlooked, underfulfilled. So what's the real difference? According to psychologist Daniel Goleman, it's not IQ. It's something else, something quieter, more subtle, but far more powerful. It's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is not about being soft or nice. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, and to tune into the emotions of others. It's what allows a leader to inspire instead of command. It's what helps you stay calm in a storm. It's what turns tension into trust and breakdowns into breakthroughs. Goleman explains it clearly. IQ gets you hired. EQ gets you promoted. IQ may open the door, but EQ determines how far you go once you're inside. And here's the good news. While your IQ tends to stay fairly stable throughout life, your EQ is different. It's trainable. It's like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. In this video, we'll walk through 12 core traits that emotionally intelligent people have in common. These are not abstract theories. They are learnable, practical skills backed by decades of neuroscience and real-world leadership research. If you want to become a better communicator, a stronger leader, or simply more at peace with yourself, these skills are essential. Because in a world where technical skills are being automated and information is everywhere, your ability to manage emotions, yours and others, is becoming the most human advantage you have. By the end of this video, you won't just understand emotional intelligence. You'll know how to start building it into your daily life. And once you do, everything starts to shift. Ready to see how deep this goes? Let's begin. You can't change what you won't face. And you can't face what you don't see. That's why the foundation of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Self-awareness is your inner compass. It's the ability to notice what you're feeling in the moment, to name it accurately, and to understand how it's shaping your behavior. It might sound simple, but most people are terrible at it. They don't pause. They don't reflect. They react. Daniel Goleman defines self-awareness as knowing what you're feeling and why, and recognizing how it affects your thoughts and actions. In other words, it's not just noticing that you're angry. It's knowing why you're angry, and how that anger is influencing the way you speak, think, or even stand. Here's why this matters. When you're not self-aware, your emotions drive the car, and you're not even in the passenger seat. You're in the trunk wondering why everything feels out of control. High self-awareness leads to clarity, presence, and better decision-making. It's what allows emotionally intelligent people to pause instead of explode, reflect instead of blame, choose their next step instead of stumbling through reactions. And there's more. Goleman's research shows that people low in self-awareness rarely improve in other areas of EQ, but those who build it unlock growth in every direction. It's the foundation everything else rests on. So how do you develop it? Start by checking in with yourself throughout the day. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Label the emotion. Be specific. Not just bad, but disappointed, anxious, or overwhelmed. Then ask, why? Even better, track your triggers. Notice what kinds of people or situations stir up emotion. Awareness isn't just about what's happening inside. It's about understanding the outside patterns that affect your inner world. Self-awareness won't stop you from ever feeling angry or anxious, but it will give you the power to notice, name, and navigate those emotions. And that changes everything. Because once you can see clearly, you can act consciously. Self-awareness gives you the map. But self-management? That's how you actually steer the ship. We've all been there. Moments when emotions threaten to take over. You're overwhelmed at work. You're hurt in a conversation. You're anxious before a big decision. And in those moments, your brain wants one thing: relief. Fast. Say something sharp. Slam a door. Shut down. Walk away. But emotionally intelligent people respond differently. Not because they don't feel the storm, but because they've trained themselves not to be ruled by it. Daniel Goleman calls this self-management. The ability to regulate your emotional reactions, stay calm under pressure, and take intentional action, even when your instincts scream otherwise. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending everything's fine. In fact, denial is the enemy of self-management. The goal is to feel fully, without being hijacked. Think about it like this. Emotions are data. They're signals, but they're not commands. You don't have to obey every feeling that shows up. Emotionally intelligent people know how to pause. They create space between stimulus and response. And in that space, power, clarity, control. So how do you develop this? It starts with mindfulness, learning to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you notice yourself getting tense, breathe. Slow down. Don't react immediately. Let the feeling rise, and then let it pass. Another powerful tool, mental rehearsal. Athletes do it all the time. They visualize pressure moments so when the real thing happens, they're ready. You can do this too. Think of a situation that triggers you. An argument, a presentation, a tough conversation. Picture yourself responding with calm and clarity. Train your brain in advance. And remember, self-management isn't about never feeling stressed. It's about handling stress without letting it control you. It's emotional agility, the ability to pivot with grace instead of snapping with emotion. People with strong self-management don't avoid discomfort. They face it, they use it, and they grow from it. Because real power isn't reacting fast. It's choosing to respond well. If self-awareness is knowing yourself and self-management is leading yourself, then social awareness is about truly seeing others and leading with empathy. Social awareness is the skill that turns communication into connection. It's the ability to tune into the emotions, needs, and unspoken cues of the people around you. And in a noisy world where everyone's trying to be heard, emotionally intelligent people are the ones who listen. Daniel Goleman emphasizes this as the third pillar of emotional intelligence. It goes far beyond just understanding what someone is saying. It's about understanding what they're feeling, even if they're not saying it out loud. Empathy isn't weakness. It's not passivity. It's strategic. It helps you navigate tension, resolve conflict, inspire trust. When you meet people where they are emotionally, you're able to influence without force. You're able to lead without fear. Think about the best conversations you've ever had. The ones that made you feel seen, heard, understood. Chances are the person listening wasn't trying to fix you. They weren't waiting to speak. They were present, fully there. That's social awareness in action. But here's the catch. Most people are terrible at it. Why? Because they're distracted. They're too focused on how they sound, or what they'll say next. They're not listening to understand. They're listening to reply. Want to develop social awareness? Start by slowing down your assumptions. Don't rush to interpret. Instead, observe body language, tone, energy shifts. Ask questions that invite real answers, and then stay silent long enough to hear them. One powerful practice is reflective listening. After someone shares something, summarize it back to them. So what I'm hearing is, it shows that you're paying attention and helps them feel safe to go deeper. And let's be honest, we all want that. We all want to be seen beneath the surface. Social awareness makes that possible. Because when you cultivate empathy, you stop walking through life in your own bubble and start building bridges into the lives of others. And in a world that desperately needs connection, that's not just valuable, it's transformative. You've learned to understand yourself. You've learned to manage yourself. You've learned to tune into others. Now comes the final piece, using all of that to build relationships that thrive. Relationship management is the highest expression of emotional intelligence. It's where empathy meets communication, where emotional control meets connection. It's what makes a good leader unforgettable, a great partner irreplaceable, a mentor life-changing. Daniel Goleman defines relationship management as your ability to guide interactions in a direction that builds trust, resolves conflict, and strengthens bonds. It's not about being liked, it's about being effective in how you relate. Because let's be honest, anyone can show up when things are easy. But when there's tension, misunderstanding, disagreement, that's when emotional intelligence is tested. That's when the real work begins. People with high EQ don't avoid difficult conversations. They lean into them with calm, clarity, and compassion. They know how to de-escalate rather than inflame, how to listen deeply and speak truthfully, how to set boundaries without burning bridges. And it's not just about crisis management. Relationship management also means inspiring others, giving meaningful feedback, showing appreciation, and creating psychological safety. It's what transforms a group into a team, a boss into a leader, a stranger into a friend. Want to build it? Start by practicing presence. When you talk to someone, be there. Put the phone away. Make eye contact. Show that you're listening not just with your ears, but with your full attention. Also, learn to manage micro moments, the small moments that build or break connection. A sigh, a dismissive tone, a quick thank you, a well-timed smile. These moments add up. They shape how people experience you. And most of all, remember that people won't always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So here's the final truth. Emotional intelligence is not just a soft skill, it's a life skill. And it's one you can build, strengthen, and master, starting now. Because at the end of the day, your relationships are your life. And the better you get at managing them, the better your life becomes. You're not just watching content anymore. You're becoming the architect. Let's go.